impact that banks have on our communities, I mean, just really can't be understated. Anywhere across the country, when the bank closes, the town's going to be in trouble. We need banks. Banks need consumers. I just try to help put the two together. I was a regulator here in Arkansas for a little over 19 years, and then got an opportunity to transfer to the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, but working out of the Little Rock branch. We built up a branch of about 30 examiners before I resigned and said, I'm going to go be a bank consultant. Because of regulated banks, I understand the inherent troubles of trying to meet credit needs. It's not easy. And then just took that experience and started my own consulting company about 7 years ago. I resigned on a Friday, and I woke up the next Monday and I was like, I'm either unemployed or I'm self-employed. And so you don't make a decision like that without being committed. Certainly didn't want to go back to a very large employer. Best career decision I've ever made. And as a consultant, I can point out where things are broken, where they can be improved. Banks are really intense. They welcome the need for conducting examinations, but you've got a level of responsibility to make everything professional. Fair lending is all about you can't treat people differently, their age, religion, national origin, all those things. There's protections for people. Banks are required really to meet the credit needs in the communities in which they operate. If you deposit a check, the bank can't hold it longer than they can under the law. If they've charged you too much money on a loan, you're due a refund. There's some pretty direct remediation to consumers. There's implicit protections like that. But there's just been countless people that have been benefited because examiners of all walks are serving consumers. They're making sure that banks don't do the wrong things. So from a fair lending perspective, I know that the work that I do is important. I always did it in the background. When I think about the impact, I mean, it's the 3 million people in Arkansas in some way, shape, or form are being impacted by what banks do and when banks do things better. One of the things that I've done just quite naturally is consulting. Putting nonprofits in touch with banks has been rewarding. The first organization I was able to help was Habitat for Humanity of Central Arkansas. And I met the assistant director. He stood up and gave his elevator speech. I stood up and gave mine, and we looked at each other like, yep. That same day, went home and emailed him, and I think the subject was, let's change the world.